Good day, my name is Poon Chong. I am currently doing a Master of Philosophy in Manufacturing Engineering at the University of the West Indies. My main focus of research is on the pan, and I found a gap between the pan industry and the academic research done on the pan. Today I'm going to present a little research guide for the industry to assist them to gather some information so that they can improve their processes. The origin of the pan came from the innovative works of our predecessors outside of the information age that we presently experience. Today's technology offers many opportunities to be removed from a state of continuous improvement. This research guide aims to encourage the pan industry to shift from being a state of continuous to continual improvement. Continual improvement offers the industry a better state when the problems are acknowledged before the negative effects, and is best when these effects are avoided with a solution. The goals of this presentation is to increase self-reliance through collaborative, informed, and improved decision-making, focusing on the manufacturing aspect of the decision-making, with indirect inclusion of all, including the panelists and the audience. The intention is to enrich the involvement among the pan industry and the scholarly work done for pan. A working example was used to present the research guide where a problem was chosen. The data was collected and converted to a solution using information from Google Scholar. Google Scholar is a free and simple way you can use to search for scholarly literature. This is a website that is available for all. Before we start, let me declare some definitions. What is research? A detailed study of a subject, especially in order to discover new information or reach a new understanding. Now, what is a problem? A situation, person, or thing that needs attention and needs to be dealt with or solved. What is decision making? The process of making choices. If the data is not readily available, an analytical method is taken. This would involve the techniques for data analysis and interpretation to establish relationships between the data available and the unknown that you are trying to solve or find. It also involves techniques for evaluating the results and reporting them. While in the process of research, you are going to feel in a unique position. It is important to be contextual to the problem. And don't worry, you are going to find a solution. Here I present the 6 steps for the research guide. It is important to know that it may be reiterative. Step 1. Research topic identified or question formulated. For this example, I use the topic best drums for the pan. An example of questions are: what material do I need for the pan? What processes am I using for the drum to make the pan? And are the materials and processes available? Usually, if you're using Google Scholar, you'd want to use specific terms to help you in your research. In the table, show some unacceptable and acceptable terms. Using the respective terms Steelpan metallurgy and Steelpan manufacture, below you would see a set of finds to assist us in our research. Moving on to step 2, research methods selected. The research method chosen can either be qualitative or quantitative, or a combination of both. The qualitative takes into consideration the interactions or feelings, whereas quantitative measures the numerical or statistical history. In the research, what are we measuring? So these variables can be categorized under the end user, regulatory, corporate, or technical variables. Then we go to step 3, reading and literature review completed. While reading, make sure your research is current. Ensure that it's specific to your problem that you're trying to solve. You can start an analysis by looking at some of the gaps, contradictions, relationships, and inconsistencies amongst the papers that you're looking at. Focus on the future, meaning that you're looking at the problem that you're trying to solve. Ensure that the things that you're finding is in alignment with the policies of your company or organization. And most important, ensure that you can practice it. Step 4, data collection. This table shows the difference between the purpose, approach, data collection methods, the researcher independence, and the sample size, depending on the type of research taken. Step 5, data analysis. Data analysis involves filtering the applicable information, converting this into useful applications, testing it, and then observing it with your use. The research finds, here we see under Steelpan metallurgy, the different type of materials found and the different variables used to compare them. Under Steelpan manufacturer, there are different processes used to sink the steel pan and the different variables that can be used to test the performances of each of them. Step 6, record of results. Now that you have had additional information in your research, you may want to perform experiments in your processes. It is quite important to record these results. So you'd want to record what drum material you're using, possibly the properties of them, and the processes that you are going to use. After this is done, you'd want to record the output results of these changes. So some of the outputs may be the time taken to sink the drum, how much does it cost, how easy was it done, and maybe what frequencies you are getting from the notes with these materials, and so on and so on. During my research on the pan, I have a couple of reflections that I'd like to share with you. The pan industry, like all industries, needs to move from a continuous to a continual improvement regime. The gap between research and industry can be a little closer. Closer meaning that the research being done can be easily applied to the industry. I know this is going to take some time, and all we need to do is have the desire for the change. To conclude this presentation, I'd like to carry you back to the goals. I hope it encourages the pan industry to be more collaborative, to gain more knowledge, so that they can make better decisions. And secondly, I hope it enriches the industry to be closer to the scholarly work done, so that they can benefit in the future. Here I present the references. Now I'd like to thank you for your time. I left my contact below on the screen, and I'll open up the panel for questions.